Ladies and gentlemen, if you want football or sports in general, put a mask on.
Did you realize that you were a champion in their eyes?
What is going on? Welcome to the Gridiron Blitz. I would like to thank each and every one of you for taking time to watch this channel, but I'm a little upset today. We already knew this was coming. The NFL reported on NFL.com today that the preseason is in jeopardy. Not only the first two games, but the entire preseason is in jeopardy. One of the reasons being is that with training camp supposedly going to start on time, which is July 28th. So we have just under a month before training camp was to start. With the players getting there on the 28th, different things they'll have to do. A game on August 13th would be entirely too soon. The players have not even been inside their facilities yet. And tomorrow is July 1st. So we already knew this was going to come. The NFL has 64 preseason games during the NFL preseason. Looks like those games will actually be down to a maximum of 32, with it being week 3 and week 4 of the preseason. As a football fan, you know that typically week 3 is your starter's dress rehearsal game. That's where we would get to see a Matthew Stafford, a Patrick Mahomes for a quarter or two. I believe in the 2019 season, Matthew Stafford actually played an entire half before he was set down. I'm upset, ladies and gentlemen, because for the first time, I feel that the NFL season is actually in jeopardy. If there was any league that was able to have a season in its entirety, it would have been the NFL. When the COVID virus broke out in February, which was right after the Super Bowl, the NFL had 6 months to kind of configure some sort of plan in order to have a season. The NBA was already happening, and unfortunately, baseball was only about 6 weeks away. So those two leagues suffered the most. With the NFL having 6 months between the end of a season and the beginning of another one, they had, I'm not going to say ample time, but they had a decent amount of time to have a contingency plan in place if there was no, or if COVID was still a thing. And COVID, ladies and gentlemen, is still a thing. But before we go any further, check this out.
Subscribe to the members of ISN.
Now that brings me to my public service announcement of the video. Today is June the 30th, 2020. And we have been under the quarantine virus for about 4 solid months. I live in the state of Michigan, and Michigan was locked down, was one of the only states that was on a lockdown from March the 23rd until June 13th, somewhere around there. So for 3 months, the state of Michigan was on lockdown. What that meant was if you were a non-essential worker, you were ordered to stay at home. It was a stay-at-home order, and it saved a lot of lives. That order was released about 2 weeks ago. We've seen the COVID virus spike. You can say what you want to say about the numbers, but the virus is a real thing, and it is not only threatening our sports, but it's threatening our livelihoods and lives as well. And if you want to save lives and save your families, please wear a mask. With that being said, this is the Gridiron Blitz. I want you to stay safe, practice social distancing, and I hope to see you in the next one.